Buenos Dias Gunners Collective. Back at it, you already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh, we about to tear dubs up. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Bye-yap, orale, bye-yap, orale, bye. What we're doing today is a classic jailhouse spread video. Now trip out. People have been asking me for a long time, what's up with the spreads? What's up with the spreads? Spensa la tira. I did spreads back in the days. But now, and only now, one time only, was I challenged. Actually, I issued the challenge. I said, fuck it on la primera. What's up, dubs? You talk all that high power shit about you cook good, you make rice bowls and fucking chile rellenos and fucking papas con carne and carne con papas. Whatever you make, let's see what you got going on. And I'm going to go ahead and get my issue. But see, I'm going to take it back. I'm going to take it back to 1991. We're going to get aggressive, right? And what I'm going to make is a classic prison spread video or CYA spread video. All that bullshit, all that special, boop-a-da, boop-a-da, boop-a-da. See, when you're doing real tiempo, when you're doing real time, you don't got no time for special. Okay, you got what you have, and you have what you got. The bare necessities, it's all you need. Now, every once in a while, your family will send you a little package in a menudo style, a direct fashion. You get straight to it. And right here, today, I got some of the bare essentials. We got the queso, the pepperonis, the summer sausages. Look, there are vatos out there. They like that. Sopas, pork, and in that fashion. Hot pickle. Again, there's weirdos that like that. Jalapeno peppers. Of course, we got the chicharrones and the chips. A few other little zuzus and wham-whams, some frijoles y todo más. And we're going to get down to it. So without further ado, let's make what I call the holy trinity of prison, which is a concoction of the pickle, the carne, and of course the jalapenos. Let's get to it. And in that fashion. So first and foremost, what you have to do is you got to chop your summer sausage. It's going to take a minute. I'm not using the prison ID card because sabes que I'm on the calles. You know, I done let that shit go a long time ago. I wanted to tell you guys a little story why I cook. You know, this is jailhouse cooking, so we might as well tell some jailhouse stories, you know? So trip out, the first spread I ever ate was in 1991, or actually 1992, NRCC, California Youth Authority. Now that was a reception in Sacramento. We didn't have much. We were lucky if we had this green cup that the state gave us and a couple sopas. But me and the homeboy, what we used to do is we used to take the homeboy Little Inez, the Fresno Bulldogs. Back then, the Bulldogs were still norteños, so they were functioning as such. So he was a homie. We used to take the fucking sopas that we have, you know, that we were able to fucking come by. You know, every once in a while, we'd be able to get a sopa here and a sopa there. We were always on lockdown. It was a lockdown situation and reception. But we were able to get sopas and fucking put together our lunches, you know, our bologna sandwiches. We chop up the carne, the queso, whatever we got, and we'd make something special out of that. When you're in jail, gotta have your bowl. When you're in jail, anything is better than nothing. And let me tell you right now, if you make a good spread and you know what you're doing, because there's an art to this. If you know what you're doing, it definitely becomes better than a motherfucking ribeye steak. You know, we used to say, hey, you ready to go eat a steak? And it'd be good. Look, it's like, I'm a lazy motherfucker, so we're going to do it like that in this fashion. Plus, the knife's good. That's que always carry a good pico de gallo. You never know when you're going to need it. That's good chop season. No, I won't stick this up my ass. But now, I remember me and the homeboy Inez used to get down. I moved on from there. Of course, you all know my story to Fred C. Nellis. It was there that I learned the art of real spreads and what a real spread entails. And again, lockdown situations deemed that they were very rare. You know, we were always on our toes. We didn't have time in the day room as norteños to bust spreads down south because it could have cracked off at any point in time. We always had to be on our toes and always be ready for whatever. But at the same time, there were certain situations where there was downtime. I wouldn't call it peacetime. There was no end of hostilities, but there was definitely times that people were doing their things. Now, spreads were usually set forth to like special occasions, holidays, homeboys' birthdays, things of that nature. And what we did in CYA is we weren't on our prison shit. We didn't know anything about that, so we didn't do all that special extra shit that Dubs did over there, you know, with his rice bowl and all that shit. You know, this ain't Korea, is it? This is Califas, right? There's your carne. That's what your summer sausage should look like when you're done with it. You want it nice and chunky. You don't want it too cut up because, sabes que? A motherfucking man likes a bite, right? Now, There's pepperonis. In prison, you're going to get, or jail, you're going to get those pepperoni, the big slices. I ain't making a Stouffer's pizza. What I'm doing here is I'm using the bites, the pepperoni bites. And what the pepperoni does is give us that little fucking kick, that zest. So make sure that you get you some carne in there, some pepperonis. And now, un hot pickle. Now this motherfucker right here, you would say to yourself, damn, there's a lot of juice in there. Right there. Yeah. Old school style with your teeth. Put the juice in your carne. Let it marinate. It's a brine. It's going to pickle it. That's it for the pickle. And you're going to cut up that hot pickle. Now, I don't know about you, and I'm sure Dubs will tell you the same thing. When you're making a spread or any type of meal, the hot pickle is the essential. You got to have it. It sets it off. It flips the script. It changes everything. It just hits different. Again, you're going to do your pickle the same way. You're going to chop it up just like you did the summer sausage. So I'm taking you guys through the motion because fucking mi vida loca, right? I remember the first time I seen a homeboy using a hot pickle in a spread. I said, "Hey, fucking, what is that? What are you making, a Big Mac?" You know what I mean? I don't get down like that, homie. I thought we were eating a spread, not a cheeseburger. And the homeboy was like, "Just watch. This shit hits differently." And it hit the long way, right? Guaranteed, that was the route to go. Again, you want a nice bite to your pickle, so you want to keep your slices somewhat chunky. You don't want everything all chopped up. There are some dudes that will chop it up fine. So that's good because, you know, they smoke too much meth and they ain't got no teeth. But over here, see, I got that full set besides the one that the motherfuckers done knocked out. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's somewhere over there in Modesto. I got to go find that one day. Look at, there's vatos in Modesto right now. Like, come on through, Wesley. Come find that shit. Right? So trip out. You want to put your pickle in the bowl. Of course, the Holy Trinity. You know, you want to get down like that and in that fashion. And for no other reason, it's going to be bomb. Sasuke, what's up with my knife? Yeah, I can't even cut through a pickle. How the fuck am I going to cut someone's head off? Unity. So trip out. You want to get your pickle all cut up. You know, don't be a dirty, sucio ass motherfucker. Use a fucking cutting board. You know, in prison we have our bunks. We clean them off real good. We make do with what we got. But Sasuke, like I said, we're in the calle, so act accordingly. Again, the jalapenos. If you can't open them, have your old lady do it for you. With the jalapenos, I throw them in. There's no sense in cutting the jalapenos up. So they already cut up for you. Anything smaller than that, and you're just a jotito, and you don't know how to handle it, right? A little bit of the jugo, a little bit of the juice, one time for your mentality. And you're just going to put a few jalapenos in because that's enough to the palate. But at the same time, we're going to throw some more in at the end. Because what we're making is a prison spread, a nacho. So then let me mix it up with the knife because that's in prison, you don't have much more than that. Just your pedazo out your ass. And I mean, the meat might stink a little bit, but that's it. You'll get over it, you know? You already know what time it is. So now, what we have is our Trinity. That's our Trinity. That's our pickles, our jalapenos, and of course our carne cut up. Okay, we're not done. Garlic powder can be found at any local grocery store or on cantina or in the package. So that's going to make sure you handle it. A little garlic powder one time for the mind. Because you just never know. You know? And of course, you got to have some black pepper. Now, of course, this is a generic brand because I'm generic. But we'll do what we does, cuz. Right? We keep it buzzing, cousin. So we're going to hit it with a little bit of that black pepper. Again, mix them on up. Mix them on up. And you let them marinate. You set him to the side. Because he's going to do what he does, cuz. Right? So we're going to set that to the side. Of course, we're going to put our jalapenos over here and our knife. Go ahead and hook that if you need to or whatever the fuck you need to do with it. Now has come time to prepare the gist of our meal, which is the sopas. Of course, the pork rinds, the frijoles, and we're going to get down to that. So without further ado, let me clean this shit up and we're going to get back on it. So now I'm back and here's where the kicker is. This is the special shit. This is the shit that you don't get to see behind the scenes when people are making spread videos. See, most people, they're going to put everything in a bag, shake them up, shake them up, shake them up, shake them, roll them in a circle of homies and watch me break them, right? And then, of course, everybody's going to get in with their nachos and whatever the case may be. That's get Charlie. We don't do that over here. Over here, usually this would be a hot pot, but Sasuke, I'm not in the pin. So, Spencer Quimas. You know what I mean? We're going to do it this fashion. You get you a couple tablespoons of butter, or teaspoons, or tablespoon, whatever, however they say it, however the white people say it. Sprinkle them in, brother. Right? But we're going to get that motherfucker nice and hot. You know, we're going to keep it about medium high. We're going to get that butter down. You know, let that butter melt because that's good. Butter just hits different. right? So we're going to get the butter in, get it nice and warmed up, and we're going to hit it with our Trinity. Okay, our Trinity of meat. Now, of course, that's the summer sausage, the fucking pickle, the jalapenos, and of course the pepperonis. And what we're going to do is we're going to get that fried up. We want to get a nice little crisp to that. See, that changes the whole element of the game when it comes to the spread. See, I know Dubs. Dubs was He was expecting, you know, that old school just throw it in a bag and shake it. But not. That's not how I get down. I do it differently. You know, I too know the secret art of getting down. Now, you want to mix it up, get a nice little heat on that. Let it heat up. It'll start frying in its own juices. And again, we want to get just a nice crisp on that. We don't want to do too much. We want that butter to seep in there, that flavor. And what that's going to do, gente, is that's going to lock in all the natural juices from the meat and from the jalapenos and from the, from the pickle. And that's going to change the whole element of the spread. Yes, indubitably. I'll show you guys how it looks when it's fried up. Now, of course, that's how your meat's looking. That Holy Trinity, that prison Trinity, is getting mixed up. It's getting sauteed up. It's looking real nice. That's what you want. You want to get a nice crisp on it. Orderly Dubs. You didn't see this one coming. Show! That's right, man. Huh, the funk is on. Oh, yes, there will be sangre. Blood in, I say. Blood out. Of course, I put my water for my sopas to cook. If you don't know how to make sopas, I don't know what to tell you. Orderly, I got chips right there. But this is the get down. You want to get that nice crisp. As you can see, it's starting to crisp up. And then I'm going to show you the next step. So stay tuned. Stay aware. And tell the ones you love them. Meanwhile, while your meat Trinity is cooking up, you want to smash your sopas, not to a fine powder, but to there's still some chunk on them. And you want to put those to boil for, I'd say, about 3 or 4 minutes. You want al dente. Orale, I'm using the big words. Al dente, word of the day. You don't want them like mush. You don't want them like Jello pudding pops. You want them to where they still got that rubbery form. They're still formed together, yet they're cooked. Okay? Because then we're going to hit it with the next step. And ¿sabes qué? It's going to change your life. It will definitely change your whole life. Okay, so we'll let the sopas proceed to cook. Let me check the meat over here, make sure everything's good right there. We do it old school style. Oh yeah, it's getting a nice crisp. If you guys could smell this, you would know the winner is. You know, we don't need all that special soy sauce and ¿sabes qué? This is not fucking Cambodia, you know what I mean? Like I said, this is fucking modesto. I said this is the real stuff. Thanks, I already told everyone where I'm at. Come get me. Fuck it. So here I go, right? I'm cooking. And oh my God, is it looking good. Now, of course, the sopas are cooking. We will drain the soups as soon as they are done to my liking. I will hit them with the seasoning packets and proceed to go into the next step that's going to shake the world. No, SPM, I didn't say the third wish to rock the world, weirdo. I said shake the world. And we'll do it like that. So now I have drained my soups. It should have that consistency. It should be broken up, but it should still hold together. You know, you don't want them to come apart like some butt cheeks in prison. Now, I'm going to throw my pork seasoning in right from the gate. Yeah, this is the switch up, huh? You ain't used to this. This is called hot pot cooking. This ain't that bullshit. This ain't that Bobby Brown. This ain't that Bammer weed. Okay, this is hot pot cooking. Let me turn this burner off because I was going to burn my house down. I'm going to huff and puff and burn this motherfucker down. You just want to get that seasoning mixed in well. You're going to get another mix on it right now. Are you guys ready? Straight to the pot with the Trinity. Okay, this is how you stir fry it up for those of you that don't know. Okay, so now we're getting our mix on. And what we're doing is we're basically frying the noodles with that Trinity of meat inside that butter. So we're going to get a good mix on it. Bring it up. We're going to bring our heat up. Make sure that's off to about medium. We want to get a medium high on that. And we want those noodles to basically render and cook. Oh, I sound like Chef Ramsay, only with the bigger pipa. We need it to render and cook together. That's how you bring all them flavors in instead of losing it on the drain. You know? No, methods. I didn't say the drain, different type of drain. Right? So you just want to bring it all mixed in and get it all cooked up. I'd say, give 3 or 4 minutes. You don't want to do too much. Okay, you want a nice fry on it. There's a difference between soggy noodles and some bullshit and a nice crisp fry. That gives it that flavor, that gives it that authentic taste. I like to mix a little bit just to make sure everything is mixed up good. I'm gonna hit it with a little bit more garlic powder. What are they? Tommy. A little bit more garlic powder for flavor. Mix that up, get that in, and we'll let that do its thing. Let's take a look on how that looks. For those of you that don't know, now you know. Okay, we're getting that mixed in. Looks good, doesn't it? I know. Stop it, Dubs. Stop it. Okay, so now what you do is you take your pork rinds and you lay them out on the table. Of course, you want to get you a nice heavy-duty garbage bag. And just because it's me, I'm not going to do too much. I'm just going to do a solo bolo spread. So I don't want to do too much because I won't be able to smack all that, at least not right now. So I'm going to throw my pork rinds down first. Okay, then I'm going to hit it with my concoction, my Trinity, of course, with my soup, fried up. We're going to dump that right over the top. There it is. Look how that looks. We're getting it mixed in. We don't want none of that meat to go to waste because there's people that are hungry out there. And I'm a broke Mexican. We're going to hit it with that cheese. Can't go wrong with a little bit of queso. So we're going to put that queso all around right over the top. Let's get that mixed in. That looks good. Of course, you already know what time it is. And then, of course, a few more jalapenos. One time for your mind. Let me grab a fork. Spence on la tira. But you got to stay, hey, cleanliness is next to godliness. At least that's what fucking they said in that movie. A few more jalapenos for taste. You know, just because we can. And lid. And then, of course, gente, we're going to go with, and you got to have this. If you don't got this, it changes the whole game. Louisiana hot sauce. It's got to be none of that tapatio, none of that chili garlic. It's got to be the Louisiana hot sauce. Throw that on there. And then, like that, caught it. Boom, you take your chips, and you want to put those all the way around your classic spread. Okay, this is a classic. This is what we did. This is how we live. I don't know how Dubs lived with the fucking rice bowls and shit, but that's how we live. And then you mix that up. You want to get that cheese mixed in nice. You want to get those pork rinds mixed in nice. You want to get all that chili and that hot flavor mixed in nice because that's the only way to go. Now, I know Dub's shit looked all classic and good and used that Grey Poupon. Chella. Right, but this right here is a classic. This right here hits differently. This right here is how you make the real, authentic Gunner Jailhouse spread. I'll let you look at that for a minute. And the winner is bang bang. With all that being done, gente, I'll let you go ahead and decide who's looked better, who's you think tasted better. I'm not going to deny it. Dubs is an OG. He gives you them classic, old school, good meals. You know, there was once upon a time when I came across a lot of veteranos in the prison system that just cooked better than anything I've ever had, even to this day. They made motherfucking Bushy Creek fucking roast beef taste like straight up carne asada. They got down. And I know OG Dubs has basically them tendencies to make them bomb recipes. I do as well. I like to keep it classic and go back to my roots and keep it old school. Again, man, I'll let you guys be the ones to decide. I think they're both good. I commend Dubs. My vote is for Dubs, of course, because I can't vote for myself. But we're going to do it like that. Anyways, with that being said, gente, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. I hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. If you want any more recipes, tap in with me and Dubs. We got a whole lot more coming. A whole lot of more recipes coming. Prison tamales, prison chile rellenos, candy, things of that nature. We will definitely be doing that. And just feel good stuff. You know, I make a lot of food. I make a lot of different recipes for the streets. Hit me up if you want to know what time it is, and you already know what's good, man. Move smooth with a purpose. Go out there and get it. Only you can do it for your familia. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Hit me with that one time. Greatly, I appreciate it, man, with the thumbs up. If not, thumbs down. He's going to be the head that wears his crown. I'm going to continue to struggle and strive for what I truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people and coming together. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Make sure you tap into Dubs, as this is a versus. His meal versus mine. He made some old fucking rice bowl. And of course, I came with the classic pinta spread. Pinta bao. You already know what it is. The gun. Bang, bang. Gracias.